Chapter 43, The Comet Front's Dogfight. Speaking of the Legion, they are in the Comet Front, and plenty of chatting is around. Firstly, Arvin is more unsure of Zami and his new cube ability, when watching Zami in the battle earlier, considering they used to make gadgets together. With Zami being able to create anything at any time, Arvin is further bothered by the change. Zami tries to talk with Arvin, but Arvin ends up going down to the lower deck, making Nicole follow Arvin. Nicole firstly asks if Zami is okay considering Arvin walked from Zami. Nicole meets Arvin, and tries to talk to Arvin, seeing that he is finding all these changes to be unsure. Nicole then goes on to say that change is always inevitable, and to cope with change is how to adapt it yourself. Nicole tries to make Arvin feel better more so by talking about how the Sochus helped Arvin unlock a new powerful ability, a very positive change. This shows how finding your power can benefit anyone. Plus this is where Nicole also starts to see more that yes, the Legion may have new allies in the future, but there is no rush if any of the members can go further. And there is Opusnost and Pod who are talking about sorting out the Morphils one day. Pod is somewhat fed up with the Legion despite Arvin being the only reason he stays, and so wants to start making his own choices. But he is nervous to leave the Legion, or still wondering if it's the right choice, but Opusnost is up for fighting some trickier foes. Even Mechajor is similar in power level compared to Xyanthor, who Opusnost has stated that he is very keen to fight Xyanthor, wanting to make himself look good. Pod isn't the biggest fan of Opusnost, wanting to make himself look good, but Opusnost's lack of fear towards fighting is certainly admirable. Opusnost has stated that his ability to have temporary invincibility is what has boosted his confidence. Never knowing what properly counters his temporary invincibility yet. Amiku, however, gets more and more left out of this conversation. But he is starting to get an idea about how Mechajor used to impact Pod's life, for when Opusnost talks to Pod about how much Mechajor has been a problem before and is a problem now. Even Pod becomes honest and thinks he is starting to get scared of Mechajor. He might be unable to fight against him without the Legion, which is another reason is hesitant to leave. Before this conversation carries on, the rest of the upgraded Stonos start to come around on their upgraded Roxy Serpents. This alarms everyone in the Comet Front. And so Nicole gets everyone in position. Opusnost carries on acting as the pilot. Nicole gets both Pod and Amiku to attempt to use their powers, summoning them in thin air out of space despite being behind walls of the Comet Front. Arvin is using the ship-only turret at the bottom of the ship, and Zami was tasked by Nicole to see if he could add to what Pod and Amiku are doing. Zami then has an idea once the dogfight has gone on for some time. The Comet Front is on its own. There are too many Roxy Serpents considering this is the last of them. These were trying to make their way to the Legion when they were still on the Socha planet. The Legion and Duo are struggling so far, the Roxy Serpents are too quick. And it isn't any easier for Pod and Amiku to try to use their powers while looking out of a window while also using their senses. There is only one turret covering all angles, which is the top one, not to mention Opusnost can shoot ahead with the ship's own front guns. This is where Zami has an idea to create a miniature automaton by manipulating the wall. The ship grows from the opposite side of the wall out of space, and Zami manipulates the wall so he goes into his little craft without being exposed to space. Zami thought he would be safe with the team, but now he must use his initiative to help his team, mixing teamwork and independence. And so Zami helps zap multiple Roxy Serpents. Everyone is pleased, except Amiku gets worried and Arvin is mixed. Seeing that this new power of Zami is to be more involved in his life. This battle has been going through a series of planets close together, with their destination planet being ahead, meaning the Comet Front has to avoid being sucked into the strong gravity of some of these planets. The upgraded Stonos try and whack the ship while nearby it, as well as firing at it with a stronger form of air compared to what the past Stonos were able to do. Unlike the past Roxy Serpent who could simply fly, now they can fire a force field like a laser from their eyes, which can dent if not cut through the ship badly. Thankfully, the Comet Front's armor is strong, but not if it constantly keeps getting attacked. Over time, Arvin and Opusnost manage to shoot at a few more of the upgraded Stonos alongside the Roxy Serpents. Pod and Amiku are beginning to adjust to how they are using their abilities, even providing a hint of them too getting on as they merge their abilities, like Pod making Amiku's cubes flammable. As well as Amiku's cubes add to swerving water to go around the ship for extra defense. But Zami gets rid of the most, ending the dogfight, and getting rid of the upgraded Stonos entirely. This is the first time all of them have gotten rid of an entire race, a race which was never meant to be made, but it is an off feeling for them all. Knowing these creatures all had to go for the Legion's survival. Anyhow, they have made it to their destination.